Hi guys, my name is Chen and this is my groupmate Wanjun Chen. Today we are going to talk something about the investment in associates and joint ventures, and our example is Woolworths Group. First of all, we are going to talk something about their principal activities. As everyone knows that Woolworths is very famous in their supermarket areas. You can see their supermarkets all over Australia. And also some everyday merchandise like Big W and some technology product like the stores in Dick Smiths. But something we really know is Woolworths Group also involved in hotel and petrol retailing, and the petrol retailing was just cooperate with Caltex. Woolworths Group also have some international investments in New Zealand, in India, and in Hong Kong. And the total consolidated profit for Woolworths Group in 2011 financial year is over $2 billion. It's very impressive, huh? And the Chief Executive Officer of Woolworths Group in 2011 is Michael Luscombe. And he was retired after 2011, and the debut Chief Executive Officer after that was the main CEO. And his remuneration in 2011 is over $5.5 million. And the auditors for Woolworths Group is called Deloitte Touch Tohmatsu Australia. Is a company, and the total auditing fee for 2011 financial year is $3,028,000. And the entities also have some subsidiaries. Now let's welcome my groupmate to talk something about the associated subsidiaries and some joint ventures.
Hello. There's 177 controlled entity by the Woolworths Ltd, and 171 entity is 100% owned by the Woolworths, and one entity is less than 50% owned. And also there's 22 entities foreign subsidiaries. And there's only 2 investment in joint control entities, and 1 control operation between Woolworths and Hydris Holding entity.
Okay, so let's talk something more important about consolidation issues, which is the goodwill. And first of all, thanks my groupmate to give some very important information. We're going to talk some goodwill and the cash generating unit, which is used to test the impairment of any goodwill. And the total goodwill for Woolworths Group in 2011 is over $3 billion. And the cash generating units defined in Woolworths Group financial report is the smallest group of asset generating cash flow independent of other CGUs that benefit from the use of representative intangible assets. In more common word is that some assets they don't have value in exchange, they only have the value in use, so it's very hard to estimate the recoverable value of the asset. So the Woolworths Group or some other big groups use cash generating units to test the recoverable amount of the asset in order to test or estimate any impairment of goodwill. By the way, there's no impairment loss of goodwills in 2011 financial year of Woolworths Group. And the Woolworths Group also had a tax consolidation group. Since 1st of July 2002, the Woolworths Group just formed a tax consolidated group, which means that from that date, when they report to Australian tax office or other tax office, they just tax as a single group, other than any subsidiaries or other separated groups or entities. And Woolworths Group also have a segment disclosure. As I mentioned before, in their principal activities, the group was based on principal activities, so they form 6 different reportable segments, and just based on the group's strategic business unit. So they're all 6 different and 6 different kind of the disclosure. So the main method used by the Woolworths Group is based for their investing in any associates or joint ventures is based on AASB 127 and AASB 128, and they are mainly used the historical cost basis to record any investment, which means they record the kind of money by the date they actually made the investment. And by the way, the financial statement of the subsidiary is also included in the financial report just from the day control actually commenced, not the day before that. So the day the control was commenced, they record it and they canceled it when the control was end. And here's just a roof diagram of the Woolworths Group. So definitely here's the Woolworths Limited Group, and they have some 100% owned Australian entities, which includes the retail, the financial service, and some universal product networks, and some just associates and some joint controlled entities, which means some entities control less than 5%, 50% controlled, and they also have some international investment, like we discussed in their principal activities. So they have 3 different countries to invest in: so Hong Kong, India, and New Zealand. Thank you very much for listening. That's the end. Thank you.
Yay.